Today we're reading Acts 23, verses 12 through 22. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. And there were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. And they came to the chief priests and elders and said, We have bound ourselves under a great curse, that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul. Now therefore, ye with the council, signify to the chief captain that he bring him down unto you tomorrow, as though ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him. And we, wherever he comes near, are ready to kill him. When Paul's sister's son heard of their lying in wait, he went and entered into the castle and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions unto him and said, Bring this young man unto the chief captain, for he hath a certain thing to tell him. So he took him and brought him to the chief captain, and said, Paul the prisoner called me unto him, and prayed me to bring this young man unto thee, who has something to say unto thee. Then the chief captain took him by the hand, and went with him aside privately, and asked him, What is that thou hast to tell me? And he said, The Jews have agreed to desire thee, that thou wouldest bring down Paul tomorrow into the council, as though they would inquire somewhat of him more perfectly. But do not thou yield unto them, for there lie in wait for him of them more than 40 men, which have bound themselves with an oath, that they will neither eat nor drink till they have killed him. And now are they ready, looking for a promise from thee. So the chief captain then let the young man depart, and charged him, See thou tell no man that thou hast showed these things to me. So the Roman captain's dialogue session didn't work out so well. And those who wanted to kill Paul only got even more determined to kill him. 40 people, a little more, made an oath that they would not eat again until they had killed Paul. And this oath had a curse, meaning they were inviting death on themselves if they didn't do what they had promised. Too bad they didn't know about what Jesus had told Paul the night before. God is protecting Paul and is planning to take him to Rome to preach the gospel there. But these people who had vowed to kill Paul tell the chief priest about their plan and ask them to call for Paul to be brought forth, giving them a chance to kill him along the way. But God has people in places, as we've seen time and time again. This time it's Paul's nephew. We don't know much about Paul's family. From this verse we know he had a sister and that she had a son. We don't know if Paul's sister was living in Jerusalem, but we know that Paul was born in Tarsus and had been sent to study in Jerusalem, so it's possible that this young man is here in a similar fashion, sent from Tarsus to study in Jerusalem. But the nephew hears the plot and goes in to tell Paul, and Paul has him relay that information to the captain. Isn't it funny how we can think we're plotting and planning, but sometimes God has other plans? Are you like me? Do you sometimes barge ahead with plans and never slow down to ask God what he's doing? Even if our intentions are not evil, like these 40-plus assassins, our efforts are in vain if we're not working with God's plan. Let's make sure to be praying constantly for direction and changing our plans to match his. With this new information in hand, the captain tells the young man not to let anyone know that he knows. The captain has no intentions of letting these Jews kill a Roman citizen under his watch. We'll see his plan in the next passage. Speaking of plans, now would be a good time to pause and ask God for direction in your plans.